Here's how to make this simple animation in Blender. First, delete the camera and the light. Then, add a plane and scale it up by 5 times on the Y-axis and 3 times on the X. Now add a cube and make it very small. Once that's done, go to the Physics tab and hit Rigid Body. Make sure the type is set to Active. Now make the plane a rigid body, change the type to Passive, and make sure that the shape is set to Mesh. Make sure the shape of the cube is set to Box. Now begin duplicating the cube to make a tower. I prefer not to use arrays because they cause some issues with rigid bodies. You can also use Shift+R to repeat the last move. Now you can add your sphere, scale it down and move it to the left. Give your sphere a rigid body and make sure it's set to Active. Change the shape to Mesh. You can also change it to Sphere. Now we can begin animating. Pull up the timeline so it's easier to work with. Go to the first frame, and with the sphere selected, go to the Physics tab and tick Animated and hit the diamond icon to keyframe it. Hit I and select Location, Rotation, and Scale. Now go to the 10th frame and move your sphere halfway toward the tower. Again, hit I to keyframe the movement. Now go to the 20th frame and move the ball so that it's hitting the tower. Now you have a fully functional animation. However, the ball's motion doesn't look very realistic. To fix this, at frame 21, untick the animation box and hit the diamond icon. This makes it so that every frame ahead of frame 21 will follow real physics. This looks perfect, but there are still some tweaks we can make. If we slow the animation down, we can see how the ball moves as the animation progresses. The ball is moving in a straight line from frame 10 to 20. This is not realistic. We can change the ball's movement by moving it up at frame 10 and hitting I to re-keyframe it. Don't worry if the tower looks weird while doing so. Here I was adjusting the ball's movement to make it look more realistic. In truth, it's very hard to make the ball move realistically, so try your best. A little trick I like to do is to place spheres where the ball is at different frames to see how the ball's motion changes as the animation progresses. This can help us understand where the ball should be. You can also use the in-front feature to better see the spheres. At this point, it's all about perfecting the ball's movement to make the animation more realistic. Here's another trick that helps. Slow down your frame rate. This helps accentuate the subtle imperfections that may exist in your animation. Because of how physics in Blender works, you'll never get a perfect ball animation. At frame 21, the ball drops directly down, neglecting the momentum it had earlier. You'll have to try and hide this by simply adjusting the ball into a position that looks natural. But once that's all done, you may have an animation that you're just about happy with. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified whenever we upload a video. Thanks for watching.